it's Bubbles, and welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. So, today's video is gonna be another speed build, but this time, I feel like I do things a little bit differently every time. I don't know. This one's a little bit different too than last time. But last videos was fun, if I could talk. Good God. But I was extremely inspired by this apartment I came across. So, I was playing Prop Hunt with my partner, and we had downloaded a GTA apartment map to play in, and I was very inspired by this apartment, so I decided, hey, why not rebuild it in The Sims? So that's what I did, and I tried to do it like an exact recreation of it. So, as you see right now, I'm literally going like room by room and building the floor plan out to scale because I needed to make sure that there was enough room for everything. So, yeah, the video structure is slightly different. I don't actually get to doing the outside until I have all of the inside completely done because it would have just been a lot harder to do it that way. But yeah, so also another note, this build is using whatever tools I needed to make it look as close to the original as possible. So that means I did end up using CC for this. I haven't in a while. Yeah, I haven't in a while. I was like, have I made a video with CC in it before? And I'm like, yeah. Anyway, I think the last one I did was a cottage build, so yeah. And I just decided not to list the stuff I used in this because I just used everything I had, so I hope that's okay. I still did end up uploading this to the gallery, so if you do like really like the shell or like the exterior, because all of the exterior is just like EA items, it's only Maxis items. It's mostly the stuff on the inside that's using CC, and it's mostly like a lot of the shelves I ended up using, and then the decor items are the CC parts. So still a lot of it is Maxis items, especially the exterior. So if you do want to download it and you just want to use the shell, like, go right ahead. I don't care, so because this house ended up being a very, very, very interesting shape, not one I would have normally gone with. So yeah, it was just very odd. So I ended up cutting out a little bit of me trying to figure out how I was going to do the exterior, because the only windows in this whole, like, apartment, it's supposed to be an apartment, but I built it like a house because I'm not going to build an apartment complex for this whole thing, But yeah, the only windows on this whole house are in the bedroom facing the back of the lot, and also the living room still facing the back of the lot, and that's it. The rest of it is just flat walls. So I had to make do with no windows on the front, which I made it work. So I'm going to pat myself on the back with this one, because this one was just weird to do. So yeah, I tried to make it interesting enough at the front without windows, and I ended up using a lot of the wall details from Eco Lifestyle. I love using those for modern builds, so those came in really handy here. And the good thing about this is, even though it is an odd shape, there is a lot of, there is a lot of, like, shape to the actual build, because it is like boxy, but it's interesting enough so that it's not like a whole flat side of a, house, if you get what I mean. I don't know. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get through it. But anyway, so I built this in Willow Creek. It could fit literally anywhere. I use the same trees in landscaping I do for everything, actually. Well, no. Some of the landscaping items are a little more tropical because I wanted to. Anyway. And then it is built on a 40 by 30, so it could fit on any 40 by 30 lot. The apartment in GTA that I modeled this after had only 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. So that's how it is in this. And then there is like an office room on the first floor. And there is a nice big walk-in closet as well. And I didn't have anything to model the exterior for, so the whole exterior is like my own like take at it, as you might have guessed from me talking about it, you know. But yeah, so far I have gotten the whole entryway done, and the dining room with that nice big bookshelf on the back wall, and here I'm working on the kitchen. The kitchen is probably the one area that does not look as close to it, just based on the cabinets and other things, because we don't really have anything in game that looks like the, you know, there are some ovens and kitchens that are like built into the cabinets on the wall. I try to do something like that, but I really couldn't get that essence. And I also didn't have any CC that looked like that either, so I just ended up using the, like, standing ovens you see next to the microwave that we got from Dream Home Decorator, and I just called it a day because it was, like, I didn't feel like building cabinets around it because you could see the cabinet handles sticking out from the window in the oven, the toaster oven. It didn't look right, so I was like, nah. And then also the other thing I used a lot in this build is the tool mod. This came in like so handy because the art pieces we have in game and the CC art I used in this, I had to size down to certain sizes for the wall space and also to match it to the original I was modeling it after. And then yeah, there was just a bunch of things I needed to size down more precisely than the bracket keys. So I got a lot of use out of using the tool mod in this, as well as the built-in bookshelves I made throughout this build. So the big one behind the dining table, and there's also one in the living room. I used the tool mod to rotate shelving so that I can make bigger grid bookshelves, because that was what was in the original apartment. But yeah, that part was fun, because it was like, when I first started building this, it was kind of when I had just gotten the tool mod, so I was getting some good practice in with it, and then I didn't end up finishing this build until this week. So I've gotten way more used to it. So if you saw the first part of the build, it was a little messier with me trying to figure out how to do the shelving. But then the rest of the video is like, I feel like I'm pretty proficient at using it now. I feel like I really know how to use it, and it makes me happy. So, but yeah. And then this wall partition was weird because the sizing wasn't exactly the way it was in the original, so I had to make do with what I had, because in the original there's actually another glass wall next to the stairs, and I couldn't fit it in because it needed to be a wide, like, entry area into the living room from the dining room. So yeah, but yeah, this build was a lot of fun because it was definitely a build style I would not have done. Like, even just the wallpaper, just having a different wallpaper stop and start mid-wall, something I never do because it looks weird. I feel like if I break wallpaper up, it has to be on its own wall, like a what do you call it? What's it called? If I could think of my words, that'd be great. Feature wall. Like a feature wall. That's how I normally do it. Or if I want there to be like a special few tiles of the wall, a different wallpaper, I put columns. So this was like completely different from how I would normally do it, and I liked how it turned out. It seems like when I model it after stuff that it doesn't bother me as much for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, so now we are working on the living room. So throughout this video, there may be items that keep disappearing because when I started on the exterior and I was building rooms on the exterior to make like little balconies, it kept deleting my freaking books off these stupid bookshelves. And then I ended up finding mistakes after I had freaking uploaded it to the gallery, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I was like, whatever. Because I had part of the roofing intersecting into the room where the stairs are, of course. I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, and I forgot an outdoor bin. In fact, I don't think there's a single trash can in this whole build. Oh well. It's exactly like the original. Screw it. We're just gonna blame it on that. And I will include screenshots of the original build at the end of the video, so I was thinking I would do like a before and after comparison kind of thing in the screenshot section of the video at the end, so you can see what the original looked like versus the Sims version I did. And please ignore some of the chairs that have been knocked over in the Gary's mod version, because I kept knocking them over when I was taking screenshots. You know, the usual, and I was too lazy to put them back because I didn't know how to do that. Yeah, I literally only use Gary's mod to play Prop Hunt, so yeah. Gamer! No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so oh, and I'm so glad I had these pillows from, I believe, Pierism, who had the Oak House collection. I actually featured in a build video a while ago. It was like a apartment / cafe build I did a little bit ago, actually. That one was really fun, but their CC is like chef's kiss, you know, so yeah. On another note, so I didn't have a ton of time to talk about it last video. I've like crammed it in at the end because I wanted to talk about the build more. But yeah, so regarding the new game pack, like I said last video, but if you didn't catch it, I'm not gonna get it until it is fixed. I'm boycotting it. Well, I mean, for good reason, you know. So, I don't know. So, yeah, I won't be getting it, and I won't be doing any content on it until it is fixed. I know there is a modder out there that has fixed it, but I'm not paying my own money for a game pack that doesn't work, you know, like at all. So, just to let you know, because I would love to do a build with it, I'm just not going to do that to myself, and I don't think it's fair. It's really not fair. I don't want to get into it because I'm just disappointed, and I know I'm not the only one, so yeah, my thoughts on it are I'm disappointed. I don't know who's testing their stuff, but obviously it's either not getting tested correctly, or it is, and some higher up is like, nah, just ship it out anyway. You know what I mean? Like, And the fact that they still haven't said anything, assuming I'm all caught up with my news, I'm pretty sure I am, so yeah. Nothing has come out from anyone, and it just kind of feels like they were building up this whole thing with being transparent about, like, all the fixes they were doing in-game, and, like, this is what they're gonna be adding to different updates, and, you know, all that stuff. It felt like they were actually talking to us, and then now they're just, like, quiet. And I'm just like, you know? And then, like, another thing. I totally forgot about the fact that they had, in our, shoot, what was it called? I'm just forgetting everything today. What's new? It was like their like timeline for stuff that was gonna be released from way, like, back in January, when they were hinting at what was coming in the first few months of this year. And I totally forgot that there is another kit that's supposed to be coming out that was after the Carnival one that's already been out. But yeah, there's one that they've hinted to only being called Extra to the Max, and I don't know what it is. And that one's still coming out, and I don't want it. I don't care what it is. But yeah, I'm just, like, wondering if, and I'm not the only one, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Pixelane was also talking about this, but I'm worried that they're gonna release that kit before they even fix the game pack, and that would be just no. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Just fix your stuff. Is it, you know, I don't know. I'm just like, if you would have delayed the pack even longer to fix it, I would have been so okay with that. I'm like, you're recognizing that you need to fix it. Totally fine, you know? I'd rather wait for a pack if it means it's going to work. You know? And they didn't. Well, they did, but that was for different reasons, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It's fine. No, it's not, but you get what I mean. We just have to say it's fine and move on with our lives. It's whatever, you know? Whatever. Anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to, like, make sure I said all I wanted to say about those things, and I'm just like, we're gonna move on. We're gonna pretend like nothing happened. Because this is not the time for that. I'm stressed with school. I don't want to be stressed here. It's fine. I want to have fun doing the builds I have planned. But yeah, so anyway. But yeah, so as for future plans, I do have a build, like a public venue build I have planned, that hopefully I have enough inspiration and courage to get out for next weekend. Here's hoping, because I think it'll be very pretty and really, like, I'm excited about the idea. Am I motivated to do it right now? No, not really. I've actually been pushing it off for a bit because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully, if next weekend's video comes out and it's that one, then it succeeded, but, you know. Anyway, but yeah, I just want to let you know that next week will be some kind of Sims content video, and then the next couple of weeks after that will be the rest of my Harry Potter series for the third game, The Prisoner of Azkaban. So if any of you have been waiting for another episode for that, it is coming. Do not worry. And yeah, there's like, because I pre-recorded that like last year. I pre-recorded a lot of things. I was worried if I had like school hit the fan and I just wanted to be prepared because I didn't want to cancel any videos because, you know, I enjoy making them and so forth. But yeah, so that's my plans for the channel for now. I don't want to give too much away because I want some of it to be a surprise, you know. But yeah, now that I've had more time to talk, you know, the usual. Anyway, so yeah, we're on the second floor now, and the second floor is much smaller than the first floor, because there is only one bedroom. But yeah, so the bedroom is actually pretty small, and it's like in the original apartment it was like kind of bare, honestly, compared to the rest of the apartment. The bathroom, which I'm working on now, is quite detailed, and I really liked how it came out, because I wouldn't have done a bathroom like this, but I really like it. And then the closet is just, like, bougie, you know. I got a lot of use out of Dream Home Decorator for that closet as well. But yeah, so I ended up doing the double vanity like in the original, and a whole walk-in shower. Like, dang. But yeah, the office part was interesting to do. I was struggling trying to find the right things that looked like the things in the original. And thank God we had that neon, like, glowy, wallpaper from Spa Day, because I was like, I could not, for the life of me, find a bright orange wallpaper in that corner, which is a really weird color to put in a corner of a, I don't know, we're not gonna question it, it's fine. But yeah, when I filtered for orange colors, I found that wallpaper, and it was like, this is perfect, because it's like bright neon. But yeah, and then I used the guitars we have in game, and I ended up wall mounting them, which you also saw on those shelves. That was interesting. Don't know how janky it looks, because you can still see the stand of the guitar. I don't care. Whatever. You know? But yeah, so. And then over here is just like a little seating area and a plant. Plants make everything better. There was not enough plants in this build for me, so I put so freaking many on the exterior. Like, I just went nuts with the exterior. I don't know if the outside matches with the inside at all. Probably not. And it's fine. I went with a completely monochromatic exterior just because I was like, hey, why not? Because I didn't want to put red on the outside, since there's a lot of red in this build. I don't like the carpet. It's a little weird for me. Notice I like never build with carpet. I like me some wood floors, but it's fine. So yeah, the whole exterior is like monochromatic. It's mostly white because I used a lot of black accents and trim, and also the roofing is the parts I did roof, because not all of it is like using normal roofing. Some of it's using platforms, because it would not have looked right if I tried to roof the whole thing. It's kind of one of the easy way outs I use for modern builds, is just use platforms instead of having to roof the whole thing, because I spent like, I don't know, an hour trying to figure out the roofing for it with normal roof pieces, and it was just not working. So I was like, nope. And to spice it up, I did use the skylights we got from Island Living. So you have to give me credit for that at least. But yeah, so here's the walk-in closet. It's very spacious. and I used a lot of clutter in here as well. And yeah, in the original, the shelving here on the bottom is actually the drawers along the wall, and then there's a space underneath the drawers where there's like shoes and other clutter. So I just put the parts that would have been on the floor in the little cubby holders, and then yeah, the rest of it is pretty much the same. But now we are working on the outside. So from the actual original, you can see the balconies outside of the living room and the bedroom. So I did build those as close to the original as possible because I couldn't see the whole thing. And then here I'm just trying to put some kind of interesting things on the outside. I tried to make it very structured looking because the build is very boxy. And I wanted the front door here to have some kind of interesting thing going on, so I was playing around with these little wall detail things. What are they called? I don't know. It's fine. But yeah, I had these parts of the roofing actually there, and then the rest of it is, yeah, here I start putting in the platforms, because I was like, nope, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna look alright either. And I ended up using the gray wallpaper. I don't know what to call it. It's like wood wallpaper from Eco Lifestyle. And then the like really nice rustic looking one from Eco Lifestyle as well. The one I used inside, but I used the white version of it just because I wanted it to be a lot lighter on the exterior. And then here I'm doing the sunlights above the balconies for each balcony, so this one and the one on the second floor. And then here I am going in with these wood details again and just putting some up at the front because these walls it would have been perfect to put windows, but you know, couldn't do that. So yeah. And then this one part was hanging over the first floor really badly, so I was like, there needs to be columns underneath it because it just doesn't look right. And I had some fun with those little plant partitions we got from Eco Lifestyle, so I ended up putting a bunch of like plant boxes and landscaping around those areas just to make it more green. And then on the second floor, the roofing is literally just platform, except that one little cutout at the front that I used the wood details on. But yeah, so I'm putting more skylights in, but yeah. And then I started putting in the black trim around all of it because it just makes everything look better. Oh yeah, and then I did also use the plain white brick that we have from base game that I like using a lot. I used that on part of the build as well because I matched it with the platform wallpaper as well. But yeah, for what it's worth, I feel like this came out like really nice. The exterior I was not mad at because it was like I was just staring at it like because it was just horrible. It didn't look right at all. It was not how I would have built a house at all, but I made it work, and I just kept going because I knew once I started putting like landscaping in and I made it more structured to match how boxy the build was, and then I started putting pathways and trees, and the trim just made it look way better. And then I also ended up using these debug fences we have, because it was because the way I put these hedges here weren't on like the grid, how a fence would be drawn on the grid, if that makes sense at all. So I used debug one so I could place them more freely. And I think it just looks really nice. So I just kind of split it up here. Yeah, so there's a little bit of wood fencing in between the bushes just to break it up, because it would have been way too much bush. But yeah, so I just sectioned off little parts of each of the places where I put little hedges. And then here's where I filled out the little plant boxes with some tropical plants, because I just felt like it. And then, yeah, I used these trees to frame up the build. And then I put lights all around the build as well as hanging plants off of these little, the wood details, because there just needed to be more on the house. It was just, yeah, it was looking a little flat. It's fine. Which is why I'm glad I used this wood on most of the build, because it really, like, broke it up and put some texture in it. You know, word of advice. If you have a really flat looking build, try putting more texture on it. It looks way better. But yeah, here's the plants I used. They're just very tropical. And then I ended up putting wind turbines and solar panels on the top as well, because the flat roof was just no. And then, yeah, here's a little table out the front here. And then under that piece here, I put a, like, nice grill area, this seating area as well. And then I put another smaller dining table in here. And then on the bottom balcony outside the living room, I put another seating area and some planter boxes. And then the balcony up on the second floor outside the bedroom, I just put a smaller seating area, and I ended up putting an easel there. Because I didn't know what else to put there, to be honest. So maybe the people living here are, like, very artsy, because there are instruments in here. And there's, like, a whole wicked gaming setup in the office. I mean, come on. And then, yeah, the like, wall decorations I put in the office, there are some that look like awards. So maybe, I don't know, whoever lives here has awards or something. Because you could fit up to 2 Sims in here. You could also fit pets in here, absolutely. There's tons of room for pets. But yeah, so that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to download it, like I said, it is on the gallery. You will have to filter for CC, because it is full of CC. So, you know, make of that what you will. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe for more if you want to see these kinds of things. And if you have any suggestions for builds, please leave them in the comments below. But other than that, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!